Okay, hello everybody. This is Mike here again. So I'm going to do something a little bit different, and you'll see as I get into the video and start talking about what's going on. So I'm going to do like a travel guide, travel log, and so let me share my screen and I kind of show you why I'm doing it. So there's a couple real cool stuff going on in Japan right now. So let me share my screens, kind of show you my travel guide to stuff going on in Japan. So let me bring it up. So right now in Japan, the Gundam factory in Yokohama is open. It's been open for almost a week now. So you start to see some really cool videos coming out of the event. Oh, come on, what happened? Sorry, I had a little glitch there. So like I said, the Gundam robot in Yokohama, Japan, the event, the factory is now open. Like I said, it's been open for about a week now. Here's the video of the Gundam in action. The cool thing is that you can go see both during the day and at night. And I'm thinking the nighttime would be more cooler because it's all lit up with large lamps, LEDs, lights. So it's a pretty cool presentation. At least I think it's pretty cool. Some people complain about how it's not really fast, but I think it's pretty fast for the size. Like I said, this is probably looking really super cool at night, all lit up. This is probably like super cool to see this in person up close. So the robot's almost 60 feet tall or 18 meters tall. Very cool. Like I said, at night, it probably even looks better at night. Like I said, it's the Gundam factory in Yokohama, Japan. I think they've been working on this for almost 6 years now. It's set up for the Olympics in Tokyo. Not to compete, but as a destination, as an event to go to. So about every half hour, the Gundam moves around every half hour. I don't know if the presentations are different each time, I've just only seen one. So if you go see it, see this is at night. It's all lit up. Got lamps and fog and all kinds of really cool stuff. The eyes and everything look super cool at night. So it might be cool to try to see both during the day and at night. So this is the destination. This is the event that I'm going to try to help you go to. So, okay. I've been to Tokyo a couple times now, so I'll try to give you kind of some tips and pointers of how to get around, navigate around. I use Google Maps on my phone to help me guide me around and use the subway while I'm in Japan. Okay, so when you fly into Tokyo, what I do, I mean, you could do something different, but I recommend flying into Tokyo and staying in around Tokyo. With the subways, it makes it really easy to get back and forth from the airport to Tokyo to Yokohama. It's really not that hard. I've done it. I actually visited the park right next to the Gundam while I was visiting Tokyo. So there's two airports. There's Narita. If I'm pronouncing these wrong, pardon me. But so Narita is technically a Tokyo airport, but it's kind of if you see here, it's almost an hour and 20 minutes away from Tokyo Station. It's about an hour. But this is really simple. So if you do go into Narita, the Narita Airport, there is a dedicated nonstop subway line that goes from Narita to Tokyo Station. And like I said, it's about an hour. You get on the train. You don't stop anywhere. You just go, go, go. And it dumps you off, like I said, right at the Tokyo Station. Now, this is my second recommendation. So if you come into Rita or the other airport, I would recommend that you stay. Yeah, my internet's kind of slow right now. I recommend you stay at Shimbashi Station. And the reason why I say that is that it's kind of a central train hub to all different types of locations and destinations. I find it's a lot cheaper than staying around Tokyo Station, and there's a lot more lines connected out of Shimbashi. So as you can see, it's not too hard. You take that dedicated line that takes you straight to Tokyo Station. Then Yumoto line. Like I said, I use Google Maps, and this is that gray line right here. And that'll take you from Tokyo Station. You just have to walk around. It's kind of confusing, but if you follow the signs, it's not too hard to get to the from Tokyo Station to Shimbashi Station. It looks definitely a lot harder than it actually is. Now, so you can, the cool thing is that you could use the different travel services to try to find your cheapest airport and cheapest flight. The other way to come in is Haneda Airport. As you can see, it's right here. It's right in the bay, Tokyo. And then it's really easy. It's another easy because you just get one line. It takes you from Haneda to Shimbashi Station. That's like 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Not a lot of stops. Pretty simple. Once you get on this line, get on the correct one to Shimbashi Station. Takes you right there and it ends, and you'll know where to get off. This is the most convenient airport, but sometimes the flights in there can be a little more expensive than Narita. Like I said, if I'm pronouncing these names wrong, just laugh at me and tell me in the comments. Try my best. Now, one of the reasons why I stayed at Shimbashi Station, it's kind of geared, lots of hotels around it, geared towards tourists. It's also easy to get from Shimbashi Station and the hotels. Wow. So here's okay, so I don't know what happened there. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but once you get to Shimbashi Station, then you're really close to all the cool events and sites. I'm having all kinds of problems. Okay. So once you get from Haneda to Shimbashi Station is close to Tokyo Disneyland. Pretty easy to get there. Also, if you're going like the Maker Fairs, Tokyo Big Sight is also a convention center. So you're close to all the different stuff. You can actually stay near Tokyo Big Sight, but sometimes the hotels are really busy. But there's a dedicated subway line that goes from Shimbashi Station to Tokyo Big Sight. And the other cool thing you can see when you're here, so this has this pretty cool dedicated line that goes from Shimbashi Station to Tokyo Big Sight. Then as you're going on this one, let's see if I can find it for you. So at Driver City is another Gundam. And as you're going along, you kick you off. And you'll be right there. So the other Gundam oh, there it is. Sorry. So there's actually a Gundam statue at Driver City Tokyo Plaza. So as you go back and forth to Big Sight, Shimbashi Station, you can stop by and see the Driver City Gundam statue. Most people have seen this one. This is the statue at Driver City, Tokyo. That's me. So the new Gundam is far more cooler than this. But this is the one at Driver City that you can check out. That's why I like Shimbashi, because you got direct connections to all kinds of places. Tokyo Disney, Driver City, so on. This is also very cool to see at night. Then you can also, like I said, go to Tokyo Disney to see when you're there. And I think Shimbishi Station is one of the better locales to be at for that. So here's Shimbishi Station, very famous subway station. There's actually a couple 7-Elevens around here, Family Mart, places to eat. I'm trying to find a hotel. Yeah, there's there's really cool shops and places to eat and hotels, places to stay. Yeah, this toy park. There's nice, really cool restaurants there. A lot of people do stay at Shimbishi Station when they come into Tokyo, because it's kind of geared for foreigners. Yeah, this is that. There's some hotels. Restaurants. Like I said, really cool 7-Eleven. I think this is the hotel I stayed at last time. They actually, most of the people there that work there know enough English to help you. But I'm pretty sure this is where I stayed at last time. It's a pretty cheap hotel. So I will warn you, the Japanese hotel is a little bit different than American hotels, and they're very small. Think of the Fifth Element. If you ever seen the Fifth Element, Bruce Willis, most of the hotels are like his apartment. I don't know if you remember the movie, but they're really small. They just got a bed, enclosed bedroom, not an enclosed bedroom, a bathroom, sink, shower combination, very small, there's the bed and there's a little bit of walkway around it and then the desk. So yes, definitely think of Fifth Element and Bruce Willis's apartment as to what your hotel is kind of going to be like if you get some of the cheaper hotels around Shimbishi Station. Just kind of showed you that. This is when he gets up. It would be nice if the bed actually went into the wall because you have room to walk around. But just kind of a little side note. So there's actually some cubicle hotels, a little small little bed, TV set, cubicle, two type hotels, I think, around Tokyo Station. If you really want to go cheap. Like I said, Shimbishi Station is really cool. And like I said, you could go to the Gundam statue on your way to Big Site, and that's a dedicated line. Now, when you're at Shimbishi Station, so you come in Narita, you come in Haneda, you come to Shimbishi Station, you get a hotel around Shimbishi Station. Like I said, there's Tokyo Disney, there's Big Site, Convention Center, there's a statue, Gundam there, there's all kinds of cool stuff around that you can visit. So when you go into the Gundam factory, it's a dedicated line, very few stops. Just make sure you get on the right one, and that'll take you directly to or very close to the Gundam factory in Yokohama. It's like an hour I think if I remember right, to get there. Just some walking. So here's Shimbishi Station. You get on the line, you go about an hour. You get you do have to make one link, but it's pretty simple. It's not too complicated. Just follow the signs. Once you get the Yokohama station, jump on this short little line here. It takes you directly to or very near the park. So this is the park I was at. And then here's the pier where the Gundam factory is, Yokohama. This whole place is enclosed now. You have to get a ticket for to get in. But as you can see, it's not very hard to get here from Shimbishi Station. Yeah, you can stay around here if you want, but I'd probably recommend Shimbishi Station because the train ride is subway ride is not very expensive. I hope this is all making sense. It's not very hard. I use Google Maps and just kind of follow myself along, make sure I'm going the right way. Which not too complicated. Probably sounds a lot more complicated than it is, but it's really not too bad. So I've got you to Tokyo, the two major airports. Where I recommend you like to stay around Shimbishi Station, use hotels.com and booking and the other websites to get yourself a cheap hotel. Be forewarned, it's probably going to be very small. Then, oh yeah, let me show you another little tip. So this card, basically, it's a charge card. You put money into it, and then you use it to enter and exit the subway lines. It's a very famous card. I've had this for a couple years now, almost 3 years now, and it's probably still has some money on it, and I just load it up. I'll show you again here. Once you get into Tokyo, from Haneda to Tokyo Station, or from Narita you might be able to get the card at Narita and at the Haneda airport. Just ask around once you get there, and then you can load it up with Japanese yen that you have. That's a convenient way to use the subway. Let's see. So next, now the most important thing is that there's tickets to the Gundam factory. Make sure you get your tickets ahead of time and you plan everything out. So you get there's the entrance to the factory tickets, admission ticket, and then there's a ticket to the docking tower, which is pretty cool. But if you can't get a docking tower and you can afford a docking tower ticket, I would recommend that you do that. So there's all kinds of stuff you can do around. There's a food. There's you can buy stuff. There's the academy, which is basically you can actually see inside the robot and so on. Lots of cool stuff. Place to eat. Conference room, and then you just kind of walk around. You can see the robot going every 30 minutes or every hour. And then the docking tower. There's actually an elevator that takes you up there. Not a good representation, but here on this side here, there's an elevator, and you get admittance to these little viewing areas. You can see the robot close up in action from these viewing stations. That's an extra price to do that. So like you said, you buy a ticket in advance. That way you have the ticket when you get there. You want to buy the tickets in advance because it could be sold out. So you definitely just don't want to fly to Tokyo, Japan, and then hopefully get a ticket. So the hours are 10 to 2100 hours. Last entry is it's what 8, 12 military time. So 8. So for just entrance tickets, it's there's really not a lot of difference, but it's 1,650 yen for the adults and 1,100 for kids. What's 1,650? That's not too bad. 1,650. That's really not bad. I don't think you have the entrance time, but I think you can just hang around and eat, do all kinds of stuff, and just walk around for about $16. The tower itself, you go up, watch the robot. Oh, signal viewing only. Okay. So that's 3,300 yen, which is still not too bad. About $32. Maybe tax. So that's not too bad. Like I said, make sure you get your tickets in advance. If you enter in with a $16 ticket, then you get a 1 entry pass for extra to the tower, so you can see up close. I'm thinking the smart thing to do is to get a tower ticket during the day, see the robot up close, and then wait around until it gets dark, and stand out in the basically the common area of the factory and watch the robot at night all lit up. Pretty cool. So that's kind of the Gundam, kind of my idea how to get there in and out. Does help if you have some friends in Japan, but it's really not as complicated as you might think to fly into Tokyo. Now you have to pay for going to Tokyo, fly to Tokyo, but you probably be able to get a cheap room in Shimbishi Station. This is a close-up view of the robot from the tower, using the tower ticket docking station. So I would definitely try to recommend if you can do that too, because you'd probably be not sad, but you probably want to do that. These are the places you can see the robot up close, here and here, and then see it at night. Maybe make a day of it or an afternoon of it. Come in the afternoon, see the robot walking around, maybe get something to eat, go to the souvenir shop, go to the academy to see all the behind the scenes stuff, and then see the robot, up close. Get the tower, see the robot up close, and then when night comes, you can see the robot all lit up and moving around at night. That's kind of my plan. The academy's got some pretty cool stuff that I've seen. There's actually a 360 camera. So in the center of the robot, as basically the piloting station has a huge camera, you can actually see the robot, what the person who actually, if they were a pilot, would see. And that's in the academy. And like I said, there's a food place to eat. So kind of to wrap this up, my travel guide, my travel log, I would recommend Haneda, Narita. Like I said, Narita sometimes has cheaper flights. But I definitely would look at both, compare both prices, find a good flight in. Come in Narita, Haneda. If you come in Narita, just remember you got this direct line to Tokyo. It's just like an hour or so. Once you find the line, there's lots of signs pointing you right to this line that goes directly to Tokyo. Make sure you take that one. And Narita is out of the way. It takes a while, but it's not too bad. So what? Oh, did I already close that one? So there's lots of really cool hotels and stuff going on around Shimbishi Station. Pretty famous place. Tourist attraction for foreign people. So it's not a bad place to walk around and visit and check stuff out. Like I said. And like I said, you're pretty close to Tokyo Big Sight, Disney Sea. Probably just kind of repeating myself, but there's a direct line from Haneda Airport to Shimbishi Station. Makes it really easy on you. That's the most convenient airport. And like I said, then once you get there, Big Sight, there's Tokyo Disney Sea. Big Sight Convention Center for like if you're going to like a Maker Faire to other event. And then the definitely if you can go to the Diver City Tokyo Plaza. It's really easy. There's a direct line from Shimbishi Station to Tokyo Disney Sea, not Disney Sea, Big Sight, and just you can jump off the line at Diver City, see the stationary Gundam, and then get back. It's really easy. And if you're going to Big Sight, it's really easy just to stop in, see the stationary Gundam, and then go back to your hotel in Shimbishi Station. And then, like I said, it's pretty simple. I know it looks complicated, but it's really not. Just follow the signs. Like I said, I use Google Maps. Make sure I get on the right subway lines going the right direction. It's almost a direct line from Shimbishi Station to Yokohama. There's a small side subway line, but you shouldn't get lost. Follow the directions. Yokohama Station's pretty big, got good directions, and I'll dump you right next to Gundam Factory. This one's about an hour. So leave around lunchtime from Shimbishi Station, get to Gundam Factory in the afternoon, hang out until later on, 7, 8, 9 o'clock to see the Gundam at night. Then you can easily jump on the subway line, get back to Shimbishi Station by about, 10 or 11 o'clock before midnight. That's pretty much it. Not too expensive. Very cool. And like I said, I would definitely recommend seeing it both day and night. I think this is the best video I have of the robot in action. "18 meters tall, 60 feet tall." Definitely would be pretty cool at night. I thought I had the at night video up there. You know. So definitely looks really cool at night. The fog and lights in the fog and the lighting up the robot and the factory. I bet it looks really awesome at night. Very cool. Can't wait to do this myself. I hope with the vaccines coming out that the travel restrictions to and from Japan won't be as bad. Hopefully, I get vaccinated and make it pretty simple. I just show my vaccination card, and then I'll be able to travel back and forth to Japan and see the robot person. Um, Hopefully, I haven't rambled on too long. It's just so cool. Can't wait to see it. Cool. So, uh, like I said, once you get to Tokyo, get one of these cards, and you can use this. It's got a little chip in it, and you can swipe it, and it'll you can preload it with yen, and then every time you go to one of the stops or try to go from station to station or to subway line, you just use this card, and it gets you around. Uh, Makes it really easy for you. So you don't have to count out yen and try to figure out how much you need or this or go get a ticket. All you need to do is just find the line, use your card, and get on the right line. It's pretty simple. Really like this card. Makes it really convenient. So that's pretty much it for this travel video guide, whatever you want to call it, travel log. Hopefully, in the future, sometime next year, I can do another video showing, firsthand pictures and videos of how I got to the robot and how I saw the robot and all kinds of cool stuff, maybe stuff behind the scenes. Uh, if you if you're interested in going, uh, and you want a guide or help, just send me a message. If you want to sponsor me or help on my trip, or you want me to guide you or help you get back and forth from the airport to the hotel to the robot, basically a tour guide, just feel free to uh, uh, schedule your trip around mine, or maybe we can work something out where you sponsor me, or we do videos or something. We do a travel video, just whatever. Uh, Definitely looking for anybody if you want to sponsor me on the trip, uh, wear your t-shirts around or whatever. But that's pretty much all I have. I hope this helped out. If you have a better way to get back and forth, get to Tokyo, uh, you got a good hotel you like at Shimbishi Station or Tokyo Station, maybe if you have a hotel at Yokohama you really like. Uh, I have not been to Tokyo Disney Sea, but that's definitely something you might think about doing for a day. So the Gundam for a day, uh, maybe visit Big Sight for an event, and then go to Tokyo Disney Sea for a day. It's all, I think, pretty convenient, easy to do if you go in from Haneda, Narita, Shibuya Station, and then just go around. So cool. Like I said, if you have any suggestions, advice, a better way to do it, or had questions about how to get around Tokyo, feel free to leave me a comment or send me a message. I'd be happy to talk to you about it, and hope to see you guys next time, or everybody next time. So bye, peace.